did we discuss in our previous video? We discussed about the causes of differences between passbook and cash book, right? In today's video, we are going to discuss about some examples of the differences. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you most important differences, and I will explain them how those examples are going to have an impact on either in cash book or in passbook, or how those differences or examples, whatever I'm showing, have an impact on both the balances. When I say both the balances, between cash book balance and passbook balance, right? Are you ready for that? Hi, my name is Krishna Akumalla. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Without wasting much time, let us get into the presentation and try to understand how those differences are going to have impact on your passbook and cash book balances. Okay? Okay, guys. Let us get into the details of the examples. Here you could see some of the items that frequently cause a difference between passbook balance and cash book balance. Some examples are given here. I'm going to explain these examples by with the proper explanation by comparing between passbook and cash book. So before that, what I wanted you to understand here is I'm drafting two accounts here. This is cash book. This is passbook. This is debit. This is credit. This is debit. This is credit. Okay. Here this is called receipt side. R means receipts. This is called payment side. Similar way, this is called payment side and this is called receipt side. This I already explained in in my previous videos. I hope I don't require to explain again this receipts, payments and receipts. Okay, you can refer that video. Now, this is cash book, this is passbook. Now, what I'm going to tell you is, let us assume that it is an assumption. Okay, we have 10,000 rupees balance in cash book and passbook also 10,000 balance. Okay, if cash book has 10,000 balance, that will be showing in debit side because it is our balance. It is an asset. So it will be showing in debit side of the cash book. Similar way, same 10,000 will be appearing in passbook credit side. Okay. Now, what we are going to do with this. So right now, the example clearly says I have 10,000 balance in cash book. I have 10,000, as per cash book, and I also have 10,000 balance as per passbook. So both the balances are matching. Now, we are going to talk about these differences now. How these differences are going to impact the balances, I'm going to explain now. Are you ready? Right. Checks issued but not presented for payment. Business issued checks. Business will issue the checks to whom? Business will issue the checks to their suppliers. Am I right? When we issue the checks to their suppliers, it is a payment for business. So let us say 1,000 rupees worth of checks issued to their suppliers. So it will be recorded in payment side. It will be recorded in payment side. Why these 1,000 checks issued I recorded in payments? Because it is payment to the business. Clear? These checks were received by the suppliers, but they did not go to the bank for encashment. So once a business issue the check, what the supplier is supposed to do? Supplier is supposed to take the check, go to the bank, present the check, and get the amount, right? but supplier did not go to the bank. Since supplier did not go to the bank, that amount was not encashed by the supplier. If the amount was not encashed by the supplier, banker wouldn't have recorded that amount. When the banker will record? Once banker makes the payment from our account, he will record. He did not make the payment. Banker did not make the payment. Why? Because supplier did not go to the bank. Supplier did not present the check in the bank. Hence, the check was not presented. If the check was not presented, banker wouldn't have recorded that amount. With that, what will happen now? Balances you check. 10,000 is in debit side. 1,000 is in credit side. So this balance is 9,000 rupees. My cash book balance is showing 9,000. How 9,000? One debit and one credit. I already explained this in my previous videos. One debit and one credit balance will be reduced. One credit and one debit balance will be reduced. One debit and another debit balance will be added. One credit and another credit will be added. This I compared with plus into plus equal to plus, plus into minus equal to minus, minus into plus equal to minus, minus into minus equal to plus. This example I already given in my previous videos. Please refer that video. Right? So here this is debit and this is credit. This is plus and this is minus. So obviously what will happen? 10,000 plus minus 1,000 equal to 10,000. Debit minus 1,000 is equal to 9,000. So as per cash book, my balance is 9,000, but as per passbook, my balance is 10,000. Why the difference has come? Because these checks I recorded immediately as soon as I issued to the suppliers, but supplier did not go to the bank, because of which banker did not make the payment. So he did not record. So while preparing the reconciliation, if this is the situation, I will see the difference between the balances. This is one of the reasons why our balances will not tally. Are you clear? Right. Because this Epic Pen doesn't have, ability to cancel this amount alone, delete this amount alone. So I need to, every time I need to delete this and again rewrite. So please bear with me. So again, I'm writing. This is cash book. This is passbook. Debit, credit, debit, credit. This is receipts. This is payments. This is payments and this is receipts. So we have 10,000 balance here, here 10,000 balance. You might ask question, Krishna, you said 9,000 balance as well. That transaction got over. So again, we will go back to same 10,000, 10,000. Before we get into the second transaction, we ensure that the balances are matching. This is an assumption we are taking to make sure that how is my balance situation. Okay. So first transaction is over. That time this balance was 9,000. This balance was 10,000. So there was a difference. Why the difference has come? We understood and we closed it. Now again, we have gone back to same 10,000 balance. Now we are checking. Checks deposited with the bank but not cleared. We deposited. We in the sense business. Business deposited the checks. What are those checks? Our customers would have given to us. They are receipts for us, right? So those receipts are deposited into the bank. When we deposit, it is a receipt, right? So we deposited 2,000 worth of checks in bank. Where do we record? We record in receipt side. Why do we record in receipt side? Because it is a receipt deposit. So we recorded this. We deposited and immediately we recorded this 2,000. As soon as I go to the bank, I go deposit 2,000 checks, come back, I go and record in my cash book that I deposited 2,000. But banker took 3 days or 1 week to collect this amount. When do banker will record that? Banker will record that 2,000 only when he collects that amount. Only when he collects that amount. So banker did not collect that amount before I started preparing reconciliation. Banker did not collect that amount before I started preparing the reconciliation. So obviously that amount wouldn't have been recorded in my passbook. Why that was not recorded? At the time of reconciliation, this amount, whatever I deposited in the bank, was not collected by the banker. So obviously now the balance is showing here 12,000. Here the balance is showing 10,000. So there is a difference. Why this difference has come? I deposited the check, but banker did not collect. Banker did not collect that amount at the time of reconciliation, before preparing the reconciliation. Suppose today I started preparing the reconciliation between these two. By the time I prepare, this amount was not collected by the banker. He's still interacting with the customers to get this amount. So obviously, there will be a difference between these two balances at the time of reconciliation. The difference has come because checks deposited but not cleared by the bank. Are you clear? Right. Next. I'm sorry, guys. This is something which every time I need to write because Epic Pen doesn't have that facility. So again, I'm going back. Sorry, it's not. This is 10,000. So I have 10,000 rupees balance again. Third one, interest allowed by the bank. Interest allowed by the bank. What does it mean? Interest collected by the bank. Our interest has been collected by the bank. When the interest collected, where do the bank record that? Banker record that in credit side. Let us say bank collected 1,000 rupees worth of interest, or banker would have given some interest on our savings bank account. That is a better example, I can say. Interest allowed by the bank. Why interest will be given by the bank? Because we have a savings bank account in the bank. So every month they will give some interest on the amount we have in the bank, right? That interest was credited by the banker, but that information was not given to us. Given to us means not given to our business. If this information was given to us, we would have written here in debit side, but that information was not given to us before preparing the reconciliation. That is underlining point. Every time that information was not given, this is not debited, that is not credited, we always say that, right? What is the assumption behind that is, before preparing the reconciliation, this information was not given to us. So obviously what will happen? My bank balance will be showing 11,000 and my cash balance will be showing 10,000. Why the difference? Because this 1,000 rupees interest allowed by the bank credited in my bank account but not informed to me. Since it was not informed to me, I did not debit in my bank account, because of which there is a difference. Are you getting my point? Right. Okay. Interest and expenses charged by the bank. Interest and expenses. For example, business has overdraft account in bank. What banker does? Since they provided the overdraft facility, whatever amount extra we withdrawn from the bank, they charge some interest. And banker also provides some services to the business. When they provide services, they charge some expenses to us, right? So those expenses and interest will be debited here. Let us say 500 rupees interest and charges they debited to our account. When they debit this, they need to communicate to us saying that, boss, I debited 500 rupees towards interest or charges. When they inform this, I can also record in my cash book in payment side. But this information was not given to me. Since this information was not given to me in the sense business, this is not recorded in cash book. Since this is not recorded in cash book, there is a difference. Here, credit 10,000, debit 500, so net balance is 9,500. One debit and one credit, balance will get reduced, 9,500. But in my cash book, I have 10,000 balance. So there is a difference between these two balances. The difference has come because some charges debited by the bank, but not communicated to me. Since it is not communicated to me, I have not recorded in my payment side. Since I have not recorded in my payment side, there is a difference between the balances. Getting my point? Right. Next. Interest and dividends collected by the bank. Suppose if the interest and dividends collected by the bank, that is a receipt for us, right? This is payments, this is receipts. This is receipts, this is payments. So interest and dividends collected by the bank on behalf of us, on behalf of the business. When they collected that amount on behalf of our business, that amount would have been created here. Let us say they collected $1,000. When they collected, this amount would have been created in my passbook. But this communication has to be given to me, right? Hey, Mr. Business, you requested me to collect 1,000. I collected that amount. Please record in our books of accounts. That communication has to be given to me. When the communication is given, then obviously I would have written here as a receipt. But since that communication is not there, I did not record it. So now the balance is, here it is showing 10,000, here it is showing 11,000. So the difference has come because this 1,000 rupees interest and dividends collected by the bank, recorded by the bank, but not communicated to us. Just because it is not communicated to us, it is not recorded in cash book, because of which the difference is coming between both the balances. Are you clear? Right. Now, direct payments by the bank. We would have given standard instructions to the bank saying that, Mr. Banker, you pay my mobile bill or you pay my utility bills. Banker would have made direct payments by the bank. Banker would have made the payments. When they make the payment, where do we record? Where do they record? They record in payment side, because they are the payments made by the banker on behalf of our business. They are the payments made by the banker on behalf of our business. So it is the payment for us, but the payment was made by the banker on behalf of us. So banker will record in payment side in our account. Payment side is here. So let us say they made 500 rupees payment. So it was recorded in passbook because directly payment was made by the banker. That communication should have been given to us, but not given. Since that communication was not given to cash business, that amount wouldn't have been recorded in the cash book. Since that was not recorded in cash book, obviously there will be a difference between these two balances. Here it is showing 10,000, here it is showing 9,500, 10,000 minus 500, 9,500. Why the difference has come? Because banker made the payments, but they did not communicate to business, hence there is a difference. Are you clear? Next. Okay. Next, direct payments into the bank by the customers. Customers directly went and deposited amount in the bank. Whose customers? Our customers. Our business customers. They went and deposited. They are supposed to give that cash to us. Instead of giving that cash to us directly, what they did, they went and deposited that amount in our bank account. So that is our receipt only. Instead of we receiving that amount, banker received on behalf of us. Clear? Where does banker record this amount? Banker will record that in receipt side. This is receipts and this is payments. Correct? So where do they record? They record in receipt side. So let us say customers went and deposited 1,000. When they deposited this 1,000 in the bank, banker has to communicate to us, hey business, one of your customers, they deposited directly 1,000 rupees in my bank account, in your account. So please record in your books of accounts. That communication has to be given by the banker to our business. But they did not give that communication to us. Either banker has to communicate or our customer has to communicate to us saying that, boss, I deposited 1,000 rupees in our bank account directly. Please record it. So either banker has to communicate or customer has to communicate to us saying that they have deposited 1,000 directly into our bank account. If they fail to communicate, what will happen? Passbook will be showing 11,000 and my cash book will be showing 10,000. Why? That amount I have not recorded. Why I have not recorded? Communication is not there. So because of which the balances will not match. Are you clear? Next. Dishonor of a bill discounted with the bank. What do you mean by dishonor? So this topic will be covered in bills receivable in detail, but for time being, I will try to explain what you mean by dishonor. When I draw the bill, I'll be called as a drawer. The person who accepts the bill will be called as a drawee. I draw the bill from drawer. He will pay that amount after 1 month to me, but I need that amount very urgently. I went and approached the banker and I requested the banker saying that, boss, I need this amount immediately. I'll give you the bill. Pay me that amount. At the due date, you go and produce this bill to X. He will pay you that amount. The banker agreed to that proposal. So whatever bill I have drawn on X, I have given to banker and I requested him to pay that amount. Let us say I draw the bill for 1,000 rupees and I requested banker to discount and give it to me. In my sentence itself, I said I requested banker to discount the bill. So 1,000 rupees bill, he will not pay 1,000. He would have given maybe 900 rupees, 100 rupees, he would have deducted that as a discount. Don't worry about all that concept. So after 1 month, what banker did, he went to the X and requested him to pay that 1,000. But X said, no, I don't have money. The minute X says no, what banker does is he will debit that amount in my account because I already took the amount, right, from the bank. You can say, Krishna, you took only 900. Why is he debiting 1,000? Yes, he will debit 1,000 because the discount is benefit for him, right? So he will debit 1,000. So he debited 1,000. As soon as the bill got dishonored means X said no, I can't pay. As soon as he said no, he will immediately debit my account. That no is nothing but dishonor. So that 1,000 he debited my account, but he did not communicate to me before completing my or before preparing my reconciliation. Since he did not communicate it, I have not recorded in my cash book. Now you see what is the balance here? 9,000 is the balance. Here what is the balance? 10,000 is the balance. Obviously there will be a difference. So that is what dishonor of a bill discount will. Next. Bills collected by the bank on behalf of the customer. Bills collected by the bank on behalf of the customer. We are the customers to the bank. So what banker did is, banker went and collected some amount on behalf of us, on behalf of our business. That means that amount is receipt for us. Banker went and collected. Since banker went and collected that amount, he will record in receipt side passbook. What he will do? He will record in receipt side of the passbook. So let us say he collected 500 rupees. He recorded that in credit side of the passbook. But that communication has to be given to business, right? Saying that, boss, I collected this 500. Please record in your books of accounts. But he did not communicate to us. Since he did not communicate that to us, we did not record in our cash book. So obviously, here it is showing 10,500. Here it is showing 10,000 as the balance. So there is a difference. So these are the important examples wherein you could see the differences between cash book balance and passbook balance. So in general, guys, if you could know about this, important differences, it will be easy for you to, solve the problem. That is one. And second thing, especially for corporate people, when you attend the interviews, especially for freshers, they will ask in interview, do you know what are the important 3-4 reasons for the differences between a passbook balance and a cash book balance? You should know all these things. You should know how that those reasons are having difference between passbook balance and cash book balance. Then you will be in a position to explain them in our interviews. So that is the reason I explained these points in detail by comparing passbook and cash book balance. I hope you understood the concept. And if you like the content, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with our friends and colleagues. Thank you so much.